Okay. Okay, let's check it out.
I'm Daniil Denkovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. My research into the limits of human life has brought me renown. I've devoted all my energy and remarkable intellect.
Gotcha, Cortage. I've never seen it.
The greatest fear that binds humanity. The inevitability of imminent death. Seeking proof of my theories, I traveled to a small
That's
town
a big cow.
to examine a person of phenomenal longevity, Simon Kane. But I walked into a trap. The moment I arrived there, an unknown disease struck the town. It devoured the town like a wildfire. Its contagion and lethality surpassed anything humanity had ever faced. And I became the only doctor standing in the way of this unprecedented pestilence.
All right. Maybe the people are tiny. Hey, yeah, you're right. Maybe that's what it is. Press J to view the mind map. My thoughts, conclusions, and deliberations. To see the events of a specific day, press a number on its circle. Immortal man. Simon Kane, an alleged immortal, lives in this town. Understanding him is the only way to save Mythanica. Are you chasing shadows again, Dankovsky? Good old Dankovsky. Hey, some objects can be useful. If I can spot them easily, I can spot them easily if I concentrate. Disturbing thoughts. Some thoughts will affect your mental state. He could at least look up at me. No, I was expecting a welcoming parade or anything, but the sweeper, classic element of provincial scenery. Okay. I say, a living, breathing person stepping off our train. Do you normally only get dead people? Why are you staring at me like a cow at a new gate? My luggage is being stolen in plain sight. As far as my career is concerned, I suppose I'm more on the far side of the grave than near. But some say that resurrection is not impossible. What a way to start a conversation. Yeah, the cow. Right. Or do you city folk always take 20 trunks of shirts with you? Or did you manage to cut down to 10, sir? Doesn't matter how many I took with me if they're getting stolen within the first minute. 8. Though I had to sit on the last one. Where can I find a constable? Who to talk to about recovering my stolen property? Shirts? You dimwit, my equipment's in there. Do you even know what a microscope is, let alone a one-of-a-kind anti-dispersion device prototype? Clearly completely unaware. You're a street sweeper, as I can tell from your broom. As I can plainly determine based on your broomage. Do you not live to wake up people early and twist urchins' ears? Help me catch them. Who do I talk to? It's just kids being kids. No one needs to be mean to them. Yeah, we should let them steal that luggage. Some kids, hardened criminals, couldn't make off with my luggage at such speed. What? Should I thank them? Give them candy? I must get my luggage back. Losing my instruments is like losing my arms. Worse than losing my arms. Yes, thanks for stealing my shit. Give them candy. Exactly. If you need your shirt so badly, why don't you go looking for the tots that ran away with them? Just ask them nicely. These kids are like magpies. They'll trade your precious linens from the Capitol back in exchange for bits of colored glass. Or even just a story. Whatever you do, don't hurt them. No shirts, instruments. But I get the idea. Sure, whatever. Say, is the Capitol a real place? What the fuck kind of a question is that? I'm glad that's an option. What do you mean, is the Capitol a real place? In a sense, of course, the Capitol is a myth, and that myth is the real Capitol. But the city does exist physically. What? The Canes came from the Capitol and made our town, but no other real people have come from there ever since. So I was thinking perhaps Simon Kane simply made up the Capitol along with everything else. Right, sure, and I'm just an actor he hired. Okay? In a small town like yours, a single individual's authority can grow up to be all-encompassing, I assure you. Though Kane did not make up the Capitol. Okay? No, I don't know anything. What do you mean they made your town? No, never mind. Trunks first, Kane's later. Have a nice day. Right, sure, and I'm just an actor he hired. Sometimes I need to take a step back from the moment and really think logically through something. It helps me put the pieces, it helps me put what? Sometimes I need to take a step back from the moment and think logically through something. It helps me piece the picture together. Okay, it's just written wrong. I'm not fucking crazy. It helps me piece the picture. Ah, my luggage! Ah! Ah, my luggage! How am I supposed to do research without tools? I'm speechless at the customs of the townfolk here. Street sweeper says no one here will help me find the missing items. That's not... I mean, I guess that's kind of what he said. He said that you're on your own, basically. How am I supposed to do research without tools? I'll have to handle this myself. Follow the thieves' trail of the ripped suitcases. I might manage to recover something intact along the way. I'll have to handle this myself. The most important thing is the microscope and the experimental prototype. Without them, I might as well just catch the next train back. Yeah, that, I guess. Okay. I'm on my mania. Hey. Hey, eyes on us! The thief's seen us! The thief! Wait, Mr. Thief, are you for real? Say something in thief speak. Wait, what? What? Hey, eyes on us! The thief seen us! The thief! Mr. Thief, are you for real? Say something in thief speak. Is the kid talking to me? What do you mean, Mr. Thief? You're the ones who stole my stuff! Furfurum cognoscit. The Latins never minded taking what was not theirs. What? What do you mean, Mr. Thief? Thief! You stole the train's heart, you did. Just ripped it out and stole it. And now it'll die without a heart. I haven't ripped out anything. This is such a... Many creatures in this world survive perfectly well without hearts. A train, I believe, would belong to the order Crassicratelta worms. They don't need hearts. Okay. All right. Yeah, that. Are you stupid, mister? Worms don't look like that at all. They have arms and legs and a forehead and 2 hearts. One in his chest and one in his wives. Worms don't have wives. And bristles. You forgot bristles. What bristles? Have you never seen a worm? They're bald. You're not just a thief, you're a dummy too. Listen, boy, enough jokes for the day. For today, I've come to this town on important business, which I cannot conduct without my microscope and my prototype. Please return them to me. Congrats, you've discovered one of the fundamental pillars of Pathologic game. The player character is an absolute twat. Okay. All right. Hey, hold on! No need for all that begging and the politeness. What did I even do to you anyway? I didn't take nothing. It was all Jetchka. My microscope and prototype are precise, delicate instruments. If they break, they'll only be scrap metal and glass. They'll just die like the train. You don't want that, do you? I only had the patience for one polite request. I won't repeat it twice. You don't want my instruments to die like the train. I don't. Then tell me where Jetchka's taking them. Jetchka taking them hard back to go fix the train. That way, to its face. Am I a snitch now, Mr. Thief? Of course you are. You'd fit right in at the academy, just like Tellman. You've done everything right. No, a snitch is someone who runs off to inform without being asked to do so. You're an honest witness. Okay. Fucking Tellman. Fucking Tellman. Ridiculous. A beetle. Cigarettes are thought to have a calming effect, but nicotine is in fact a stimulant. Well, nicotine is in fact a stimulant. Stimulant and rubefacient causes irritation, just like everything else in this damned place. Looting, Billy. Yeah, of course. Fuck it, we're a fucking asshole, right? So why not? I got some coffee beans and a revolver bullet. Revolver bullet weighs as much as a human life. I don't need these for my pocket. Pocket debutante pistol. I always keep one last bullet in the chamber. Wow. All right. Hey, back off, you. Get away from the girls. And from me, too. I ain't afraid of Uncle Rowan when he boozes up, and I ain't got to be afraid of you either. I got a knife. You can't hurt us, got it? Boozes up? What the hell are you talking about? I'm not drunk. My nerves are hanging by a thread this thin. Do you want to see what'll happen when it finally snaps? Your hands are shaking and you got those crazy eyes. Uncle Rowan gets those eyes too when he reaches for a second bottle, and the shaking, that's when he starts a fight. But I don't even... But don't even think of starting any trouble with me. I got a real knife, I do. What the hell are you babbling on about? Wait, hold on. If I look like that Uncle Rowan of yours, that means I really do need to cool down first. Give me a moment. I'll take a breather. What are you babbling on about? And Jetchka's got one, too. We all got knives. I'm a scientist. I'm here to conduct breakthrough research, not to chase like some mongrel after a bunch of kids, after my suitcases, after the last drop of human dignity left in me. Ugh, I get it now. Let me calm down. Let me talk like normal. I'm a scientist. Frightening extremes. It's hard for me to talk to people when I'm too apathetic or manic. I'll need to stabilize my condition first. Oh my God. My state of mind can be changed with drugs. Oh man, I'm too manic right now to take part in this conversation. Let me take some drugs and even myself out. That'll help. I need to keep an eye on my mental state and supply of drugs. Yes, of course.
Fine. Whatever.
Right in the middle. What? Who is this? This isn't who I clicked on. Nuh-uh, it's quiet. It's dead already. A dead heart keeps beating for 40 days. That's what my mom says. It couldn't have been dead that long. Do it. Tack it on. It won't fit in there. It just won't. Told you we should have stuck it in the belly, not the mouth. Life's in the belly. Everyone knows that. Nope. A locomotive's life sits in the front with the driver. That's where the fire is, so the heart should be there too. That's what Boulder told me. What do you have there? My prototype. It looks like it's still intact. You're Jetchka, right? You're correct. The train's life is in its locomotion, which is housed in the front. Everybody knows that. Ah, be gone, vile snake. Ah, I'm a snake. You killed the other trains, didn't you? It's because of you they don't come to us no more. We were wondering, and we don't know why they keep dying. We got a whole graveyard. They're all rusted up, and they can't go anywhere. It's all because of you. You stole the train's heart for yourself and carried it away in a suitcase. And now the trains are all dead. If the train stopped coming a long time ago, it can't be my fault. I've never been here before, and I'm not very good at stealing hearts. This game is fucking with my head. Yes. This game is very strange. The things I touch do have a tendency to die. You got me there. You said yourself the train's heart's at the front. I rode in a carriage in the middle. How could I get to the heart then? What gave you the idea that my prototype's the train's heart? Yeah, that one, I guess. Well, it's made of iron, isn't it? And it's round. And if I tinker with it, it ticks. Yeah, all right. I mean, that means it's a heart. A train's heart. Yes, or a pocket watch. Or a bomb. Or the Inquisition's insignia. Their symbol's an iron heart. You know, it stands for sensitivity and clarity of mind, or that's what people say. Or my damn prototype, which are going to break any minute now. Yeah, or it's a bomb. Without it, the train stopped wailing. Stopped moving, too. That means it's dead. So this is its heart. Obvious, right? Well, that's a bit simplistic. Response to stimuli is just one characteristic of life. It's not exhaustive. Oh my God, what a response to a child. I don't know how to make you all understand that my prototype has nothing to do with the train. Look, they're made of different metals. You know, response to stimuli is just one characteristic of life. It's not exhaustive. Gaul. Everyone knows that. What are the others? Heredity, adaptation, mortality. I don't get them educated. Yeah. What about heredity? Before trains came every week, then it was every 2 weeks. Now it's just every 2 months or less, and they don't leave ever. They just stay there and wait. It's because of the war. No, it's because they don't love us no more. Those trains. What if we heal this one? Then they'll love us again. Then they'll come back and bring meringues. Meringues. Yeah, okay. Look, my prototype isn't the train's heart, and it certainly won't repair it, but it's an interesting thing in and of itself, so let's make a deal. You give it back, and I'll tell you how it works. Well, I don't know. There will be corpses in the tail, a whole pile of them. Oh, there's going to be so many corpses. It's the Merengues, yeah. And there'll be a damsel in the story, in distress, of course, and my genius, insufferable assistant will be in the tail. He could drive a saint into the grave with his rage-inducing adherence to details and thinly veiled political insinuations. My mom said the same thing about Mr. Merrick, and then he hanged himself in the shed. Okay? Look here. Let me take the prototype. I won't run away, I promise. To wind it up, you need to turn this handle clockwise. Okay. The capital 2 weeks ago. This would be much more tolerable to me if I didn't have to read everything aloud.
A little birdie hops along the path of doom, yet sings its song.
What? To prime it, hold its crank and turn it clockwise. Chief, hello? Oh, for crying out loud, your mind's flown away again. My mind and I are planted firmly on the ground. Prime the what now? This morgue is swimming in a gas leak from Lab 102. I heard the alarm. That's right, I pulled the alarm because of the chlorine from Lab 102. Anyway, the crank is stiff. All right, we have to work on his stiff crank. You'll have to turn it with some force. Don't worry, I know just the thing. Platten, are you crazy? There's a gas leak. What did you call me in here for? We have to seal the morgue and evacuate quickly. No, Daniil. What we have to do is load that prototype you're fiddling with and use it to get into the morgue. A woman rose from the dead in there. And it will be, I think you'll agree, extremely frustrating if she dies again. We must get her out. Risen from the dead? An unbelievable fate indeed. Let me repeat, we have to get out of here. You're already delirious. Wait, risen from the dead? I was collecting tissue samples to determine the onset of rigor mortis when I heard a noise. I turned around and holy smokes! A woman was sitting up on the gurney, stiff as a poker, rasp in her throat. I started toward her, but then I smelled the gas and pulled the alarm lever. It wasn't a spontaneous resurrection. Of course it wasn't. These cases always turn out to be lethargy or catatonia or apnea. So why not get her yourself? Why call for me? We don't have a second to waste. Chlorine isn't known for bringing back the dead, but if the woman was brought here by mistake alive, perhaps the gas could have irritated her mucous membranes enough to wake her. Sure. Chief, you're braiding another one of your chains of hypotheticals. We need the practical observations. Pull out the patient, then write the monograph. Not the other way around. You know what this kind of reminds me of a little bit? It's kind of like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, a little bit. You're right. Tell me what I should do with this device. This prototype, I think you call it. I already told you, but fine. Let's go over it again. You're holding an experimental prototype meant to dissipate tuberculosis miasma. Remember the consumption task force? Kaufman, Gorski, Anastine? At least the gas hasn't done any lasting damage. A million little details as always. That's reassuring. I'd feel better, even better, if we could leave this morgue. Of course, I remember. In the wake of Bazin, they were commissioned to make a device to dissipate miasma, but I believe it was meant for something other than tuberculosis. This magnificent gizmo disperses an aerosol of disinfectant. First, you load the prototype. There's bottles of solution in the beige cabinet. Best set it on the table while you load it. You can't do it while you're holding it. I load it, and then what? Next, you wind the prototype up. To prime it, hold its crank here and turn it clockwise. The crank is stiff, right? So I have to turn it with some force? How did you guess? You literally told me that! And then I just release the contents into the gas? Correct. Wind up the crank, then release. The gas should dissipate theoretically. Okay, whatever, man. I'm just clicking. The longer I hold the crank, the harder it works. Clears the miasma in front of it. Okay. One load is good for 20 uses. Need to spend fluid wisely. The morgue corridors are like a maze. To load the prototype, I need a stimulant, an anesthetic, and a toxin. Jesus, this really just keeps going. They should be here in those beige cabinets. Add the ingredients one by one in the setup and then heat it up. Sure. Should be enough for 20 uses. Holy smokes. Oh, I accidentally used one already. Hold left click to charge, release when the pendulum stops. Are you death? You have death's eyes. Give me your hand. Talking can wait. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. Gah. Don't speak. You'll inhale even more poison. Like, I'm just trying to get to the next part. At the end of the tunnel, there's a second tunnel. What does that mean? It means that when you die, there's neither life nor death, but something else entirely. That if trains were worms, then they'd tunnel towards you underground. It's just nonsense. That woman was disoriented and hallucinating. Trains were worms. What, are you stupid? You can't. The Earth will eat you if you tunnel underground. You can. You just need special tension bars. But that's a lesson for another day. Can I have my prototype back? Take it. It spins all boring. Clockwise only. Grandpa Simon has clocks that spin every which way. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think I'm done with this one. This is quite the fever dream of a game. It's very exhausting to read. It would like I said, it kind of reminds me of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place in terms of writing, but it really needs some good delivery in order for it to kind of be really funny. But I don't know if it's like, I don't really understand if the intent is to just be really funny or not. But it's very strange. Aren't I gonna view the mind map? Okay, fine. There, are you happy now? I viewed the mind map. I don't know if it's supposed to be funny or not, but it's like written so absurdly that I would imagine it's the intent. But yeah, I think I'm done with that one. It's less about being funny and more about being a thoroughly miserable experience where you need to cringe through the bumbling actions of a complete tool. Okay. And then play it again and realize everything was way worse than you first thought. That sounds like quite the experience. So it's like a survival horror, like there's so much dialogue. It's almost like a visual novel or something like that. It's a survival horror RPG. Okay. They do eventually get some gameplay. Gotcha. Survival horror RPG. Dialogue reminds me of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. But it's not meant to be funny, I don't think. Like it would actually be more interesting if it was voiced, but I know that that's like a tremendous undertaking in terms of finance and stuff like that. So like I wouldn't expect that out of a game like this, but like I think that would be the only way that I would play through it. To be perfectly honest. So it feels like quite the slog to read through.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.